You the first one that brought up to me that Bernese Burgos lied about how much money she made as a bartender. Now you must know what's going on in the strip club world. Even I have a little sense. Now I could do basic math to
Yeah.
understand if you were making $70,000 a night, how much money had to be going through, and where are all the other strippers? Why were you the only one making 70,000? And I know that in some places they gotta split it with everybody. They can't take everything.
Yes.
Everybody's just sweeping up money all out. So you telling me you were the only bartender behind a bar, just somehow making 70,000, getting 70,000 just getting thrown on you every Sunday?
Yes.
That to me, that doesn't make mathematical sense.
Definitely doesn't.
It doesn't, right? I'm like, where's the owner's claim? Where are the other bartenders that was there to witness this? Where are the strip club veterans that were there throwing the money doing this shit?
So real quick, I posted about this. I got a few DMs from credible people who know her, who are next to her the whole nine. I got like 50-50. But all in all, my scamming friends were like, listen, she's not lying. I know scammers that was coming in there just blowing a bag on her. And she was just giving people free drinks, getting them in a good space. And they were like, whatever, it ain't their money, so they didn't care. Then I did hear from women, some other women, and men and women were both saying that. Now the other side is she's saying she getting that, but they were like, I don't believe it because she was doing walkthroughs for 2-3 grand. Now if you're
Mm.
making $70,000 a night, why are you going to Philadelphia, hanging out with DJ Clue to do 2-3 grand walkthroughs? Driving yourself down there, you're not even getting them to pay for it. You don't have a car service, or you just driving yourself. So something doesn't add up. Maybe she had a pimp. I honestly don't know, but regardless of the fact, I said if you making all that money at that point, why you don't start your own strip club?
Right. That's what I'm like. Where's the results of you
Yeah.
making? Because bro, think about anybody else making 70,000 a night for years. That's a lot of fucking bread to not have nothing to show for it. Maybe
Six
she
to ten
do.
million a year.
That's a lot of money if you ask me, especially back in that
Yeah.
time,
Because you
whatever it
said
was.
30,000 was a slow night. So that means on average you wasn't doing a slow night. You was
Do,
doing a good night.
do strippers got to pay taxes?
I mean, supposedly no, because it's straight cash. And they just gotta pay the club.
Mm.
Whatever the club wants from them. I don't know.
And that's my whole thing. Because even like I feel like these moments are like historical. Like when Quavo and them did the stripper bowl, that was like everybody knew about this.
I
Why was
forgot about that.
nobody you know? And then back in the day, why did nobody ever hear about Bernese Burgos making 70,000 a night until she said it? That's my only discrepancy. Like, and I get it. People probably throwing money, but 70,000 in ones is a lot to just be like, oh yeah, that was $70,000, and nobody's like had a track record of this. That's a big deal, especially if it's all in ones. I mean, I don't know,
Yes.
bro. It don't make no sense to me. You know what I'm
No, you're
saying?
right. You're right. Well, here's the thing. We do live in a time where people have to create spectacles and over exaggerate things. So I get that side of it if she was doing that for entertainment purposes. But at the end of the day, her daughter's on a reality TV show crying about another rich man that don't want her.
Oh
And I'm
God.
saying that to say, if you're making that type of money, I personally don't. I personally say, why would your kids care to do reality TV on VH1? Because that ain't paying $30,000 an episode. Promise you that.
What
So
they paying them girls?
TV first season depends. You're looking at maybe 2 grand an episode.
Oh, that's
First
dirty.
season, you got to build your weight up to get some real bread in TV.
And
Most people,
for the way they be
TV,
exploiting them too is crazy.
well, TV looks at themselves like, look, this free promotion. That's why, like the Super Bowl, Grammys, all those things don't pay people. They don't pay artists. It's free promotion. It all comes out of your pocket
Oh
when you go
word.
to those places. Yeah, as an act, but that granted, now that's the weekend. That's whoever, but that's what. So TV is the same way. If you do, remember back in the day, Real World on MTV.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they would pay like $500 an episode, but we talking about a full week of shooting to make one episode. So it's like you ain't really getting no real money. And now if you're quote unquote famous, they somewhat and you're a fashion over model. Like nothing wrong with those things. They're great things, but it's just to me, if you're making that much, you should have your own fashion over. You should be Kim Kardashian levels, yo.
Yeah.
You're
That doesn't
making
make any sense, right?
yeah, she's making at the minimum. She's saying I'm making $5 million a year, roughly. So what are we talking about?
What do you think she did with the money? Were you ever a strip club guy? Like, were you ever like a money thrower?
Hell no. I've only been to the strip club in my whole life like maybe 4 times, and that's because other people invited me, and it was really their money.
And
I'm not doing that.
so what do you think about the dudes that's like, paving the way for this? Because to me personally, I feel like it's a waste of money. Even like when they be doing the bottle wars in Houston, I'm like, how did this? Because I look at it like this, bro. I step into reality. I don't want no chick who's sweaty ass cheeks been running around all day in a hot ass club dancing on me, and I'm spending money. To me, it
Yeah.
doesn't make no sense. And I get the illusion because if you go to the strip club and say we ain't throwing money for bitches, then you're throwing money for dudes. Because if it's not for the hoes and you're not tricking on the hoes and trying to get some play,
Yeah.
then who are you trying to show that you're rich? Does it come back again to we doing this so other dudes notice that we got money? Because then, if you want to say you're doing it for the women, truth be told, you're a simp. Because y'all the same one said we don't trick on no hoes, but you go to the club. So who is this really for? Who did you spend $70,000 for? Was it for the hoes to not get no coochie because she didn't sound like she was giving it up, or there's no room of her being prostitute? So
Yeah.
who do guys do this for, bro? I'm trying to understand. It don't make sense to me.
They
I don't get
ego.
it.
It's the ego. Have you been to a strip club?
I had a run. I had a
Yeah.
run. But you know, I
So
was one of those people where it's like, I'm not about to be spending a bunch of bread. And sometimes when I did, it was the ego thing, like, oh, all y'all motherfuckers think y'all got it. Watch this. And then it's like, you know, the security guard trying to finesse you. I'm like, yeah, I already know this one, like, you're not gonna play with me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
mm,
But it is an ego thing. You're right, that makes sense. But then I stopped. I was like, there's no way you could spend your rest of your life doing this when I know this is a game. Y'all telling me fake names, all type of shit. I'm not an idiot.
you're spending money, you're not even gonna hit it. You might as well just go to DR or Colombia and get better results.
Yeah, because I'm like, yo, bro, it don't make no sense to me. Half these girls got boyfriends. They're going home. Some dude is spending your money, or she's spending the money on some bum who doesn't even go to the club. You know what I'm
Nope.
saying? So it's insane, bro. Because I saw her say like, yo, I was only making 8,000 on the Breakfast Club, but that's the world we live in. Was like, what can you really believe, man?
That's what I mean. Everything, believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. And like the Wire said, the bigger the lie, the more they believe.
Right. And that's why I probably should have just bought like a dancer on who's been like in the game for a while, who probably knew what was really going on. Or is it realistic to make that much money? Especially in New York. I've never really heard of New York clubs going crazy like that. I'm not sure if she was in a New York girl or Atlanta girl, but I
She
felt like
is New York,
she's a New York girl, right? They
Charlotte.
always tried to make fun of New York strippers for some reason. I don't know why. They always try to. Like they try to call them roaches and shit like that. Yeah, which is kind of
Well,
fucked
I've
up.
been to Starlets. I mean, in New York, I think they legally can't get naked because they don't show tits and stuff.
Oh wow.
So, I think that's why the South wins, like Texas, Atlanta. I
But
think
what
that's why.
But I feel like the bartender thing just became recent and current years. When did like it go from stripper to bartender start making money? Do you know when that transition happened?
I'm hearing when she got on the picture, got in the field, where
Word?
that's what I'm hearing.
Oh wow, so she changed the
I,
game.
I don't know. I normally stick to the women I know at the bars I know, and I keep it so simple. So I don't know.